The Storm Equinox releases February the 7th, so just a couple short weeks away, and I'm here to break down the information we have so far and give you a better idea what we're in for. First of all, the new asymmetric Solarian AI core features 3 cylinders, and this line on the website most efficiently explains all 3. The largest cylinder lowers the RG for fast revving and a tumbling front lane read. A top cylinder enhances drilling versatility, while the lightweight base increases torque and continuation. 15-pound RG is 248, the differential is 054, and the int diff is 018, so your definite prototypical strong asim numbers. Nothing is crazy or super different one way or the other, and the 14 through 16-pound weights all have very similar numbers, so everyone should be happy about that. The new A1S Pearl cover stock with their new adhesion system technology is clean and responsive. It also looks pretty strong as well. I have Storm's video that you'll be seeing bits and pieces of here linked in the description below. They have a pretty in-depth, informative first look at this ball with a lot of explanation, so I'd definitely head over there for a look if you're interested after we're done here. Big marketing push with this one as well. I think they're rubbing some people the wrong way with so many of these big overblown pushes in the last year. Marketing and advertising is a fact of life in business. You have to do it. You just don't have to go this overboard with it this often, so you can ignore most of it again because they're starting to scrape the bottom of the barrel here. The vast majority of bowling balls are already made for league bowlers because they make up 90+% of the bowling landscape. And yes, the typical house or league shot length is usually around 42 feet. It's been that way for decades. Volume is another significant key factor that probably should have been mentioned here too, but I digress. While every company still does release balls that will be successful for tournament bowlers on more difficult conditions too, league bowlers are who buy the majority of the equipment and keep these companies in business, so it would stand to reason that a very high percentage of the bowling balls that they release are already built for league bowlers. And you know, nothing says we built this ball for league bowlers like taking a bunch of their top pro staffers out to Vegas for a big, flashy, high production value ball video, am I right? So let's ignore the marketing and just take a look at the ball and talk about a few key points. Now, what's of most importance to me is that this is yet another new cover from Storm here recently. After the last couple years where USBC and the PBA have changed some hardness rules, Storm, I think, has struggled the most to figure out their cover stock situation. Their older, weaker covers that they've been using quite a bit for the last 10 to 20 years didn't take the hardness bump well, like R2S, E-Trax, VTC, Reactor, TX16, etc. Plus their first stab at a PBA hardness urethane ball was pretty underwhelming. But the stronger covers actually took it fine. NRG, for example, looks great on the Ion Max at the higher hardness because now it's got a little shape to balance out how early and smooth it used to be. However, we haven't really seen anything new out of them for the last couple of years outside of EXO on the DNA and DNA coil. Plus, they also had the reactogloss issue that made everything worse in the middle of all that. Now, with some of the newer releases, it seems like they're starting to turn the corner. The Attention Star was great last year. The new Origin is really impressive. A few catalog staples like the IQ Tour got buffed, which has made the newer Pores pretty nice. And with the RPM cover on the level and the A1S cover on this one, they're finally starting to move forward. They make note again of the higher absorption with this cover too, but if you just do regular maintenance, you'll be fine as far as longevity goes. Bowling balls have been absorbing oil for a long time. All company stuff does it. The point is to keep the cover dry and tacky, which ensures reaction consistency from shot to shot no matter how many games you bowl, so that to me is a positive thing, not a negative thing. Also, what they're talking about with the adhesion technology is right in line with Brunswick's HK22 cover and their cohesion additive, something that's clean and sharp but still sees or reads the lane well through the oil, so the ball is not just hydroplaning and then jerking, which should make ball reaction dynamic but also more consistent at the same time, or less sensitive to both oil and friction. The Equinox looks like a stronger but more responsive ball that reminds me of vintage Storm. The old flying S logo's back on this one. It rolls like a beefy no rules pearl. The color scheme's even throwback, kind of reminds me of the Paradigm. Responsive but controlled tumble, pretty continuous, really nothing in any of their other 3 brands right now that rolls like it from a shape perspective at least. It's not the clean and sharp arc of the Origin, it's not the smooth rounder shape of the Physics Blackout, it doesn't replace the Virtual Energy Blackout, it's not as early and chuggy as the Exotic Gem was, it's stronger than the Attention Star, probably closest overall to the Harsh Reality Pearl, but even then still a different shape, so, you know, so on and so forth. So a lot of positive things going on for them with this release, I think. Both Tobias and Zach will be getting this one, so I'll have a couple looks here in another week or so, I'd say. But for now, Storm's video for it is linked in the description, along with a lot of other great stuff, and I'd imagine review videos will start popping up here pretty soon. Thanks for watching, and may the strikes be with you.